Viewers, under the lockdown series of online tree talks, I will focus today on barbets. Barbets are basically birds which are associated with the trees. They love trees for nesting, roosting, resting, eating, feeding. Without trees they can't survive. So why they are called barbets? Because they have the bristles or barbels on the thick beaks. But if we take our Indians into consideration before scientific studies were carried out, so they connected it with spring season. The birds start producing the notes during spring season. So during the winter time they are silent. So they don't produce calls when it is winter. The moment you get spring season, they will start calling. And so loud and so, because everybody will be well conversant, the birds are barbets. So they have been connected with the spring season, named as Basanta in Indian language. But if we come to Jammu region, Dogra region or Himachal also, so the note is translated as Kuduru. So people say, hilly people, the barbets are Kuduru, Kuduru, Kuduru. They speak like this. Some people have some kind of variation. They say they are Lugudu. They produce notes like Lugudu, Lugudu, or also Gujuru, Gujuru. These barbets, they love the fig fruits. So if you have the banyan tree or the peepal tree, so they will love to eat the fig fruits. But they also eat flower petals, and they also go for eating insects also. These barbets are predominantly green and they have brilliant coloration. So if we talk about our barbets which we see in northwestern India, one is from the mountains, which is great barbet. Great barbet found in hills, mountains, has been translated by local people in their language as Treu, because the note is similar to the word pronunciation as Treu. So word is also known as Treu in their local language. Treu, Treu, Treu. If we just go to Uttarakhand in Mussoorie area, they have named it as Meoli. So it speaks like Meoli, Meoli, Meoli. So this is Psilopogon virens, zoologically speaking. Earlier it was named as Megalema virens. So this is also found in our Bhadarwah area, Kishtwar area, even in Kashmir. So another bird which is found in Kashmir, that is blue-throated barbet. Blue-throated barbet with a predominant this blue color in the throat. So this is also found. Basically, this is known as Psilopogon asiatica. Earlier it was known as Megalema asiatica. The very common bird which we find usually in our city parks and gardens, that is coppersmith, red-breasted or crimson-headed, four-fronted. There is a very scarlet red throat and scarlet red forehead. Small stumpy bird, predominantly green with red in the breast. This particular bird is known as coppersmith, and our local people they also call it sometimes Katfora or also Chota Basanta. This is also a bird which love to eat the fig fruits, peepal, bargad, fagwada. If we talk about that Meoli or Treu, great barbet, that is Psilopogon virens, this particular barbet, apart from insects, also eats the petals of rhododendron. Rhododendron, which is called as chew in Jammu region, and in Rajouri, Poonch area, we call that flower Hardul. So this great barbet is also fond of eating or relishing the juicy petals of rhododendron. So likewise, we have another barbet in Jammu region, which is called as brown-headed barbet. Brown-headed barbet, it has predominantly brown color in the forefront, and it is basically Psilopogon zelanica. Earlier it was known as Megalema zelanica. We call it as Bada Basanta or Kuduru, Gujuru, Lugdu. So this Megalema zelanica, this particular bird, they sometimes are seen in parties also, foraging on the tree, and one bird will start calling as Kuduru, 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 and then second bird will be giant, will also start producing the same note, and then sometimes even the third bird in a chorus. So noise is very clear, we can hear it from a distance. This particular barbet, brown-headed barbet, also eats dragonflies, which we call timba in Dogri language. They also eat cicadas, which we call binda in Dogri region. And if we talk about Kashmir, in Kashmir cicadas are named as Hardarosh or Dashpompar. So these barbets, blue-throated barbet or this large Himalayan, great Himalayan barbet or brown-headed barbet, they also eat away these insects, dragonflies, cicadas, even ants. So coppersmith, which is smaller bird, is very fond of eating the flying termites during the monsoon season. So these birds, what role they are playing in the ecology? Basically, these barbets are, since they are predominantly frugivorous, fruit eating, so they eat away the fruits and then fly. So in that process, they scatter these seeds of the figs, and then seed dispersal takes place, and they are able to germinate faster. If they are just sown without the process of eating by the barbets, they will not germinate that fast. But if they are eaten by the barbets and then through their alimentary canal, they are excreted, then those seeds will germinate better. So these barbets, they need the fig trees. So from the forestry and ecology point of view, we also need to conserve our fig trees. And not only the fig trees we should conserve, but we should also have the fig trees in the nurseries, so that we can also undertake their plantations. And then these fig fruits are also the fruit of food for many other wildlife also, not only barbets, but even hornbills, even monkeys. So monkey menace is another problem. From that angle also we can plant these particular. So earlier this particular, these barbets which we find in India, they are from the family Megalamidae. But if we talk about African barbets, they are a bit different, and they are from another family, Libidae. And if we talk about American barbets, you have the American barbets there also, but they are different, and they are there in another family. So these barbets, they are playing ecological role. Not only ecological role, even kids would like to, they feel fascinated in watching these birds. So bird watching is a very, I think, new phenomena, where the people are going in the morning and they are taking binoculars and telescopic cameras and they are shooting it. But previously, when there was no advanced photography and there are no binoculars, this equipment, then people noted these birds and by their calls, basically. For example, the bird names, they are connected to how the bird is calling. That particular bird note gets translated into the name of the bird. So for example, the barbets are also named as Hattaruru in Kashmir, but we call in Jammu as Kudru Kudru, Gujru Gujru, Lugdu Lugdu. So sometimes this is translated by Kashmiris as Hattaruru, 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 basically the same note, because they incessant calls and they are repeated for 30 minutes. Sometimes say 1 minute they have the 30 calls, they are repeated incessantly. So everybody comes to know that the birds are around. So these birds, we have the local names. These birds, they play ecological role, and these birds are very brilliant birds, and they not only help in seed germination, but they also help in controlling the population of some of the insects also, and that way they recycle the nutrients and they play an ecological role. So this need to be understood and appreciated by all of us. Thank you for listening.